Hi, guys. This is Daniel Alexander Cannon here on the Supernatural Show. And I have with me my lovely co host, Shannon, with Soul 7 on you. And we've got, I think we've got a really interesting topic, which you probably can tell from the subject on the video on the show today. And that is we're going to get into the discussion and look into some of the things that are going on and look into the discussion as well in the members area on the website, the supernatural.show website, discussing uh, the glass that was allegedly found by a man in Russia that was from a crash site of some type of military aircraft, and yeah, we're going to get into that discussion because this glass allegedly allows it changes the focus or the not really the focus, but the basically it allows you to see beyond the veil, or at least beyond at least one veil, which meaning one dimension. It uncloaks some of the crafts that are being seen in the sky. So we're going to look into it from a critical standpoint and try to figure out and analyze what in the supernatural is going on, Shannon?
It seems like quite a bit of supernatural is going on. I did catch that video on your Logic Before Authority channel, and it's quite fascinating. It does seem to be some kind of filter that he has found through the glass at that crash site of some sort. And what I do find fascinating is that it's not that they're just completely standstill. There's motion to it. He's just as shocked as we all are, as we're watching it and he's watching it. And uh, you know, I think it's kind of fun to watch and debate on that. But I do know that the military has had cloaking material for quite some time, and most of you out there know that the government, the military industrial complex usually has things about 40 years in advance from what we know.
Yeah.
So the fact that it's available and it's kind of being peeked out there to show you just kind of tells me that it's been out there for quite some time, and now we're kind of starting to get a little bit of a view.
Yeah, like companies that are funded, like DARPA,
Hmm.
organizations like that. They're the people that are developing these kind of things, and the different governments and organizations around the world. They pump billions, if not trillions, of dollars into this stuff. I'm assuming it's money is no issue when they're trying to discover technologies. So even if let's pretend for a second that this whole thing with the Russian dude was a hoax, what we have to realize is that even if it is a hoax, we have to realize that the chances of them figuring out how to design a lens that alters the light in such a way that you can see things that you otherwise could not see, the chances of that actually still being real are very high. Now, I say it that way because not because I'm necessarily doubting that this guy's information is fake or anything like that. Although we're gonna look at it critically ourselves together and analyze it with y'all guys and see what we can discern. You know, because we need to know, we need to understand this, and I'd like to have a pair of those glasses. You know, if they would allow you to see these things. And you know, I'd say a couple of things in addition to that. Like for instance, these crafts he's seen, like he's seen this which I'm going to show the video in just a moment that I put out on YouTube on my other channel. And then we're going to go further deep into it. And we're going to go on the website and look and see what other people were posting. And there's substantial, interesting information that people are posting. There are a lot of people doing research on this right now. Um, but lost my train of thought. You know, that happens sometimes. But we need to figure it out and figure out what this stuff is. I think that because there's a grid, if you that you can see in this video, which I talk about towards the end of the video, uh, but there's a grid that you can see in it, and this grid, you have to have like a 50-inch monitor, which I happen to have above me here in the hotel. If you got a 50-inch monitor, the grid is real small, but you can see it's like up and down lines and cross lines, vertical and horizontal lines, and it's a grid. And so what it's saying to me is that the glass is created in a bunch of little cubes. And knowing how they love the cubes and the hexagonal cubes, for instance, if you look at honeycomb, for instance, you will say, well, it's a hexagonal shape. But if you shine a flashlight through a piece of honeycomb and you're looking through it, what you'll figure out is actually what the honeybees are doing is they're creating uh, cubes. Um, yeah, they're creating basically cubes. When you shine a flashlight from the back, I could probably pull up a picture and show you, but I'm not going to do that right now. Just go look it up if you want to. But there's people who've done videos on it and stuff on YouTube. But knowing how much, so much things are related to the cube that their technology is based on, knowing that the cube is related to, we'll just keep it easy and simple and say the dark side. Um, and all these big cubes all over the world, you know, New York City, Mecca, London, they got these huge black cubes, the Vatican, you know, different places. So I'm thinking that this technology is the design of it is based on some kind of cubicle structure. But we're going to read. I haven't even been able because I've been so swamped busy trying to get this website from not doing what it's supposed to do for y'all guys. And I apologize if the website's been driving you a little crazy. Trust me, it's driving me more crazy. But I'm working on it. I'm getting little things fixed. It's a huge learning curve I'm having to go through. So please bear with me and don't give up on it and don't give up on me because I am going to get it all fixed and it will be working perfectly here in the very near future. It will always be work to be done on it. There will always be things changing and adding things, but I just want to apologize because I know that some of you have had a hard time. Now, if you can't get back in, if you were a founding member and you cannot get back into your account, and it's trying to charge you. And I told you if you were a founding member and went on the website back when I told you to, just a matter of days ago, on back for a couple of months, I told you you'd be free for life to be a founding member. You need to check your email. Check your main email. Look back several days. You will find an email from me that's got a coupon code in it. That coupon code will give you lifetime free membership, just like I promised you. I keep my promises. And but you need to go back in your email. You might need to look in your spam. You might need to look in your all mail, but it's there. I sent over over 600 of these out to y'all guys, so that you all 600 of you, because you've always supported my work, you've supported this show, and it's my way of saying thank you, and you deserve that. Also, too, I'm going to be posting on Patreon um, lifetime memberships as well to those of you who have been Patreon supporters of my work for, well, as long as you are now or before this show gets done. I'm going to post a coupon in there as well on Patreon, so that way you can get uh, lifetime free membership to the website. And for those of you that are new, yeah, it's going to be $3.99 a month, but $3.99 is, trust me, this website, I'm building it for y'all guys. I'm building it for the people, and it's our website. It's our private area where we can go. Shannon,
I'm struggling with comments. You keep going. Sorry.
okay.
Technical
You seem like you're about to fall out the chair there. I want to make sure it wasn't something we need to take care of.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just an animated person.
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, guys, bear with me on the website. Please become a member if you have not. And Yeah. So yeah, Shannon, if you'll check the comments, I'll do the button pushing and all that kind of stuff. But let's take a look at this video that I put out. I think it was yesterday. My days run together, night and day is just no different at this point. But let's take a look at this video, and then we're going to come back and talk about it. And we're going to go to the website, and we're going to see what we can discern. Okay, and I'm going to explain what I've learned so far about everything. Okay, let's check it out. All right, let's see. Here we go. Let me back that up.
Вот она, блядь, инопланетная стекляшка. Кусок стекла, блядь. Вот что это за хуйня. Оп. 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 Вот такая вот хуйня, ребята. Не знаю, как там видно, не видно, но на экране как бы ярко, плохо вижу, но вижу. Убираю стекло. Оп. Оп. Вот тебе, блядь. Кусок стекла. Кусочек стекла, блядь. Пойду еще ближе подойду.
Смотрите, я такой херни еще не видел. Нахожусь рядом с этим местом. Нахожусь рядом с антенной. Там треугольник, еще четырехугольник.
And strangely enough, that looks like a inverted pyramid or a cube,
Не выключите, пожалуйста, камеру.
which would be almost what I would expect, which is really strange for him to have figured this out if he was faking that stuff.
20 метров от
And
него.
just happens to be sitting right above a tower, you know?
Охуеть. Такой цвет какой-то песочный, что ли? Песок. Смотри. Оп. 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 Блядь.
Clear quartz, yeah, it could be. But there's a grid in it. The grid tells me it may be pure quartz, but it's been molded together cubically, which might not be the best word.
Блядь, висит посередине под тем мостом.
Watch there, there's you'll see a black ball here in a second. It's like a black orb under the edge of the bridge right over there. You'll be able to see it better in a second. That comes down. And he also seen a bunch of these above the factory, which is on one of his other videos. I just didn't include it.
Ну, это...
Makes me
Вот
think
он
of,
прям близко, метров сколько тут? 30, наверное. О, what the...
I
I was
love
just,
his reaction.
yeah, I would be, was even worse.
Oh,
But these things remind me. Think about how we know what angels look like. Well, if you've been a member of this YouTube channel, especially my other one, you know that Scripture even says that they're bright white and round all about. They're in the shape of a toroidal field, basically, and it's very similar to the energy flow of a what that creates an apple or a hurricane. And so it would seem likely that they would create something. Think about a movie that Tom Cruise was in, where it had those flying orbs that they would come around and they would kill people and stuff like that. You remember what was the name of that movie, Shannon?
sorry, repeat that. I
The
was
name of
reading comments.
the name of the movie that Tom Cruise did that had the flying metal.
Oh, Minority Report.
Minority
Was it
that
Minority Report or
no
the Mission Impossible series?
no wasn't Mission Impossible
Or
either.
was it Vanilla
Minority Report
Sky?
was yeah, that was one where they had the people in the pool that were called precogs and they were doing
Right.
pre-crime.
Was
This
it
was the other
Vanilla
one.
Sky?
I don't think so. But
That
anyways,
one.
I know somebody's shouting it out there probably in the comments. But
I'm gonna look this up.
you know, what's the name of that
Oblivion?
guy? Put it in the comments.
Was it
Anyways,
Oblivion?
there there were it's more recent Tom Cruise, like in the last definitely less than 10 years, maybe 5 years. But most of the time when they show us these things in the movies, it's because they already got it. They're just not they've not announced it yet as being real. They're just showing you in a movie because it's fake, right? And some of it is, but I would bet you that they've got these kind of things. And this black orb reminds me of that kind of thing where it's just hanging out. You know, nothing's it's following its orders because these are either entities or they're man-made, like that craft that he was showing like looked like a flying saucer. That's going to be a craft. That's going to be man-made, and it's setting up there. Um, and you'd say, "Well, that sounds crazy." Well, okay. Well, I seen with my own eyes a triangle-shaped craft that it was dark. It was just after dark, and it was setting up about 100 feet above the tree line. I was driving down the road and ended up pulling over, getting out my car, looking at this thing. It had a light on each corner, and it was only moving at about 15 miles an hour. And when I stopped and got out and was filming it, it stopped, sitting up above the trees. It was as big as a football field. I put the footage out of this on my YouTube channel a couple of years back. It was as big as a football field. It was completely silent. It was jet black, and but you could see the lights on the corner of it, and it sat there and was just it stopped where I was there looking at it and filming it, and it turned around. I seen it start spinning, and it spun around, and it started going the other way. And right about the time it was doing that, all of a sudden I noticed across the street there was this red glowing orb that, and I looked at the person that was in the car with me, and I said, "What in the double HELL is that?" And they said, "I don't know." And I said, and they were like, "Well, it's the craft is moving. It's going back down the street like 15 mile an hour above the tree line off to the side of the road, big as a football field." And it goes, we jumped back in the car, outran it, went down in front of it at a little gas station where there was a big field beside it so I could have more distance view, you know. And I looked at it and it came right at me, come out across the top of the trees, about 100 foot up above the trees, coming straight at me, and then just turned so smoothly and took a 90-degree turn and went out and went on down back into the woods, back way back over there. I seen that. They've got this technology. It's real. I know. I swear I seen it. And my this was in Loris, South Carolina. My brother even seen it one night. He was out driving around the same time at nighttime and happened to spot it sitting up in the sky. And he drove right under it. And he said he almost wrecked. It was freaking him out so bad because he could see the outline of it, and see the lights on the corners. And it was big as a football field. So what I'm saying is this stuff, they have it. The saucer, they invented that stuff way back then. They're flying that kind of stuff around, but it's cloaked. It's somehow it's producing uh, basically a cloaking mechanism, or either it's just altering the light so that our eyes, it's beyond the veil. We can't see it with our typical eyes, and we need something to alter that light spectrum. Bingo! This guy finds a piece of glass at a crash site where a military craft crashed. And obviously, during the cleanup, they were a little sloppy and missed a few pieces of this stuff. And maybe he found it. Maybe it is true. Well, that's what we're here to find out. But let's keep watching this. I run my mouth too much, but let's keep watching.
Не улетай, пожалуйста, не улетай. Ну, блядь. Ну, блядь. Сука. Приехал погулять.
And here comes another controversial part of the video, but I'm going to explain it and show you. So let's just keep watching.
Свежим воздухом подышать.
What he's doing is he is back at the basic location of where he says he found this stuff at. And he's demonstrating how he found the glass. Okay. And so he's digging around, and he shows he's digging around and stuff. But let's continue a little bit, and I'll explain a little bit more in a minute here. Of course, this is just a few comments, and some of them gave me some ideas of some things to look into, which we'll talk about here in a second. Just some comments that were in his YouTube channel, and it allows you to translate it from Russian to English, which is what you're seeing here. And here's where one of the people watching said they must have been watching it on a very large screen. And it says, pay attention, starting from 4:53 in the video. And I'm going to show you the video here in just a minute that this guy's referring to, where I got this little bit of the footage of him demonstrating where he got it from, the glass. I'm going to show that to you. And I'm going to show you what he says about some of this stuff and why there was a cut in the film, and why it looked like there was just glass laying on top of the grass, because that's not what he was saying. And I'll show it to you here in a minute. And we're going to look at the grid. You see, here I go and I cut to this, and it makes it look like he's making out like, oh, there it is. And it was right in front of him the whole time. It's like, of course that looks fake. That was my mistake. That's not how he did it on his video. But on his video, on his channel, which I'm going to show you here in just a minute, but he says in the description under the video, he says basically he was recording and his phone died. and you'll see that part of the video here in just a minute. His phone died, so he apologized for his phone dying, so because he had to make a cut in his video that he was making, and of course we've been lied to so much. We're looking for anything that looks or smells or even dances like a lie. So I completely understand that. Yeah, and remote viewer went out there and uh, did the translation on the description, and that's where he was talking about that, which we're going to look at here in just a minute. Let's keep going. So he's demonstrating. He found the glass. It was down in the grass, in the dirt, that kind of thing. He found a few pieces. I don't know if this is some new one he found while he was there digging, or if this is a few pieces of the older one. I don't know. Maybe it's some new one he found. I wish I could speak Russian.
Вот такой вот результатик у нас. Природа.
And right here is where he put the camera up to the sky, and he sticks a piece of the glass, the dirty glass actually, maybe some new one that he actually did dig up while he was there. And on a big screen, you can see a grid. It's kind of strange looking, but you can't see it. And I tried to show it on here, but if you don't have like a 50-inch TV, what I edited in here ain't going to help you. So I'm not going to play all of that, but we'll play a little bit more here.
Хорошо.
Well, it's true when I was looking at it on my phone, and now in comparison to my computer, I can definitely tell the difference and see the grid pattern better.
Yeah, it's a very tight grid, but it's there. And I don't know what that means. I'm guessing at it a little bit. Don't know for sure what it means, but it means something. It's a piece of knowledge, a piece of evidence that someone out there will use that and figure it out and go post it on the website, because we're on this, because we want to know what this stuff is. And if we can get our hands on some of it, of course, we would love that too. But even more importantly is that to understand that these crafts are out there all the time. And all they got to do is decloak, and everybody will think there's an alien invasion. Imagine if people started seeing these crafts that they've got already, and we know they've already got them because I've seen one. I haven't seen a round one that looks like a saucer, but I've seen a giant triangle shaped one big as a football field. So what happens when they decloak them one day? People are going to freak, and they're already got them floating around cities and stuff all over the world, obviously. So what I did was I slowed the video down. If you're on a big screen, you can see the glimpses of the grid every now and then. And I tried to enhance it using a few different methods that I have within my video editor. And let me explain something related to that, is that we'll forward this on over here. I use a professional video editor. It's the same video editor, just forward it towards the end, so we can just watch the last little bit here in just at the very end.
Примерно нарисовал. Два слова.
This is where he's talking about the grid. At least I think he's talking about the grid. It makes sense to me because he had comments, somebody talking about the grid. He's probably noticed it himself, and he's trying to understand it and figure it out. And he's got here we have two kind of grid looking things laid out, and he's got two layers. Those two layers remind me of how honeybees layer hexagonal honeycomb. And they'll build out one layer of hexagons, and then they'll stack another layer of hexagons on the other side, and they're off centered. All the honeybees do it this way, and they're off centered. So when you're looking at honeycomb, you only see one side, so you can't see that it's actually a three-dimensional cube. But if you shine a light through from the back side of the honeycomb, you can. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find a video. 3D honeycomb. Let me see if I happen to see one here real quick by a quick look. All kind of things made. There's so much stuff. What they do is they study nature, and they study nature and look at how nature does things the best way, and all the little superpowers that all the animals and bugs have, and they then basically back engineer it. All right, where's honeycomb? Okay, let me type in bee honeycomb. Uh, uh, oh, uh, no, that's, well, there's bee honeycomb, but I want one with light shining through it. Light shining through. Okay, let's see if that gets me. I've seen it on YouTube, but I can't find it right in a second. Matter of fact, now that I'm thinking about it, I remember whose channel it's on, but what is his channel name? Anyways, let's keep going. But it makes me think it's based on that. Possibly. I'm not saying for sure it is, but it possibly might be. So anyway, so we've shown the video here, him talking about all this and showing some of the stuff. Let me take you over. If you have any thoughts, Shannon, feel free to jump in, or I'll hog the whole daggum show.
Don't worry, I'm jumping in as you. I'm just listening as well.
Okay. So here is the group discussion on the Supernatural Show. There are, I don't know at this point, probably about 15 or 20 different group discussions. Each group is an area for a discussion of a specific topic or a general topic. Like in this case, this group, as you can see, it says groups right here. This group is talking about the topic of the They Live glass discussion. Okay, as you can see right up here at the very top. Okay. So, and I put a little image here of the guy holding a piece of the glass up. And you come down here and you've got the discussion. You can see the discussion tab is selected here. But there's also, see this other tab here that says Russian Man's YouTube channel. Okay. You can click on that. And I've got a video of his embedded right here in the discussion group on the website. And I also have the Russian Man's website linked on another tab called Russian Man website. And that's his website right there, which we're going to take a look at here in a minute. And then there's, other tabs here where people are uploading information that's related to the subject, as well as all the discussion that is going on down below. So let's go here and look at some of this discussion and just see what else we might be able to discern from some of the discussion. And that entire video that I just showed you is right here on the channel as well, on the group discussion. And then there's tons more discussion going on down here, and a lot of it I even had a chance to read yet, which we're going to try to do some of it right now. So let's do that. So this is a member that goes by Addie Dubain, I guess would be the way to say it, Addie Dubain. And he says, hey guys, my friend told me that there is a chemical that apparently you can use to make your own They Live glasses. Okay. I have no idea. We got to keep our mind open at the moment. He says, what is Dicyanin dye, a non-toxic, non-explosive compound derived from coal tar, is more highly classified than heroin? Question mark. Reports from friends and neighbors of Viktor uh, Grebennikov, Grebennikov, which he's a Russian guy that claimed, and I've read up on him quite a bit, and he studied beetles and how they're able to fly without, they levitate, is what they do. Is the same as honeybees, or very similar to honeybees, and also not honeybees, bumblebees, and also flies. They have this unique. See, a fly actually doesn't fly. A fly has these plates that are in the shape of a triangle, strangely enough, that are on his body that vibrate at a specific frequency, and it alters the gravitational field that's around his little tiny body. So, yeah, the flies don't fly. Let me pull us back up so y'all guys can see us a little bit too. So,
You
yeah,
mean I
so
can't be hiding anymore? No,
yeah, put you back on camera, Shannon. You might fall asleep. Okay.
no.
but but yeah, there are creatures, insects, and other things on this planet that actually levitate because they produce their own gravitational field. That sounds incredible and impossible, but guess what? Also, a tornado does this. A tornado, as in Taurus, tornado also it alters the gravitational field where it comes down and comes down to the ground. It is creating its own gravitational environment. And so what it does is some of these videos you see of the cows flying and like the semi trucks flying, from just sheer wind, all it would do is take it and blow it in one direction, or maybe a slight curve. There's something else going on. So what is it? And this is fact. You can look this up. What I'm talking about. This isn't something I discovered. It's just known fact. A tornado alters the gravitational field that surrounds the funnel and the general area right around the tornado. Hence, the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy's house, how it went floating up. That kind of thing. They're hinting at these things in some of these movies. Just they just are. And so you got things out there that know how to alter and are built in a certain way that they can alter the gravitational field. So they obviously have figured this out and back engineered it and know how to do this. Hence the crafts flying around in the sky and floating effortless. And they just alter the field around them to create propulsion in a certain direction. It's not that, at least for me, it is not that far outside of completely logical, based on studying of nature. All right, let's keep here reading what this person said. Said neighbors of Viktor Grebennikov claimed that his anti-gravity platform made him invisible when in flight. Made him invisible. I haven't read this, guys. Could this be an effect of localized high current of certain frequencies? Yeah. What's known about this dye is that when it is used as a filter on glass, it highlights certain parts of the light spectrum that are typically shrouded by more dominant frequencies. The inventor, Walter Kilner, claimed in the 1920s that it reveals our body's electromagnetic signature, which could be used to diagnose illness. Paranormal researchers, and there's a more button here, let me click that. Okay. Paranormal researchers claim that it reveals the spiritual dimension. Our brains are wired to see only between 400 to 750 nano something NM. I apologize. I'm ignorant on some things. I don't know exactly what it's saying there. Of the light spectrum. If you're going into prison for seeing more, makes you wonder if They Live really was a documentary. And they got a link here to this stuff. So obviously we're gonna have to take a look at that. So we're gonna do that. And this Russian dude that he's talking about, the Victor dude, I've read a lot about him. He was kind of like a Tesla kind of dude. And he studied the insects and learned how to take he well, if I remember correctly, he just took a bunch of the beetle, the scarab beetle that's crawling on the in iPet goat, the scarab beetle that crawls across the child's forehead.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the beetles that he was studying, because that beetle has the ability not to fly, but to alter the the gravitational field around himself, Shannon. And and I read a bunch of stuff on him and looked into a bunch of his research and stuff, and it's absolutely fascinating. But let's see what.
I've seen
Yeah,
some interesting stuff about how, um, and hummingbirds are also in that category where it's not that the flapping of the wings is what's carrying them and creating them to fly. It's some invisible force that they're trying
yeah,
to figure out. And frequency would make a lot of sense.
yeah. And if you look at interesting you bring that up, the hummingbird, because think about what its name says, hum.
Mm-hmm.
It's a frequency. And what do? They hum. What are they? Is the humming's not the bird tweeting, tweet, tweet. The humming is the sound that's being emitted from them altering the gravitational field around their body, which allows them to float effortlessly. Uh, yes, they're flapping their wings very fast, but it don't seem to bother them at all. But just like with bumblebees, it don't seem to bother them. It's just natural. It's how God created things. But yeah, it's a frequency thing. They're altering the gravitational field around themselves with frequency, just like these crafts are, just like that giant triangle craft I seen setting up above uh, the trees a few years ago, big as a football field with no make. But I didn't hear no noise. But you know what? It was making a noise, but it was beyond the veil, outside of my ability to hear. But absolutely, it's making a noise. Um, yeah, and
Well, for an interesting example, my Aunt Delia is a famous opera singer, and she's in her 70s and can still just belt like I've never heard, from a human being. And she figured out a little while ago that she had known, vocalization to be something so different. And then when she realized it was all about the vibration and the frequency, not necessarily thinking of going higher or lower in terms, it was all about the frequency or emitting. She was able to just blow her vocals out of the water. And, I imagine it was a lot more effortlessly than the way, we've all been taught to use our vocal cords.
yeah,
And
let's
that, you know,
yeah. For whatever reason, that made me think of how you said blow. I thought you were going to say blow up a glass or shatter something.
oh yeah, exactly. It can
Mhm.
do that. But
But but what's
she was
happening?
honing in.
But what's happening there? In 2001, in a month called September, we all seen two giant buildings turn to dust. Say, oh, they fell down, and yeah, we can't get too far into this subject, but I can dance. Um, what happened there is the same thing that's happening in my video that I put out about the fires. What's happening there is frequency and vibration, just like Tesla discovered what he called the earthquake weapon. He discovered that You altering the frequency and the right amount of energy power into it. Um, you can cause something to shatter. But even more importantly, you can cause something to disassociate. You can cause a metal. All you need is the resonant frequency of a given thing, and you can make it separate on a molecular level, meaning the molecules literally just jump apart where they were before bound together because of however the product was made. They can cause them to separate. That's why there was so much dust back in 2001, because the, the products were known, the materials were known, the molecules, what the buildings were made of were known, because they made them, and they made them with the purpose of later, because they already had the technology to dustify them. So they
Is this
disassociated
relative?
disassociated the molecules, and it's related to what we're talking about. These are technologies that have they've known this stuff. They don't tell us. They'll hint at it in movies and show us things in movies, and but they won't tell us. But it's true. They have this stuff. What were you gonna say, Shannon?
I was gonna say, is this relative to the earthquake machine, or a creator
Absolutely.
that Tesla
It's all frequency.
created? Yeah, I
Hmm.
kind of.
Yeah, because if you shake it hard enough, or if you get the resonant frequency and you put enough energy behind that resonant frequency, meaning increasing the volume of your voice, you can cause shaking for one. But if you do it correctly, you can cause it to completely separate the molecules to come apart, and then you just got dust like you're seeing in that video that's on the homepage, where the ground is boiling. It's the soil and it's turning to dust floating up, but there's no fire. It's because the molecules within the dirt, the soil, the metals, and everything that's down in there is disassociating and turning to dust and floating up, because it's in that case it's being hit with a terrestrial band wave uh, technology that is disassociate that's causing those pulses of lightning, which is also resonating with certain types of metals and things that are in the soil, that causes it to dissociate and cause that soil to boil like water when there was no water there. This is all this stuff is related. It's so incredible, and that's what they know is once they got it down and figured out a few things, the rest of it just starts opening up like a flower to you, which is what's happened to me in this understanding of so many of these things, and why I talk like I know what I'm talking about. And maybe I do. Hopefully, I do, because I'm pretty convinced. At least, maybe I'm. I guess crazy person always believes himself.
It may be supernatural, but it is also logical.
It is, isn't it?
I mean, just throwing that out there.
It is, isn't it? Yes. So let's keep going here. We got more to look at up here. Because obviously this is, well, I'm fascinated just talking about myself with you. Let's see here. Okay, we read all the way out. So we come down, and she gave us the link, and all this stuff's right in the website, guys. You can become a member of the and see all this stuff as the research is being done, and you can also contribute simply by going over to the website, thesupernatural.show, and it's $3.99 a month to become a member. When you get to the website, there's two processes that you're going to have to do. One, you're going to have to sign up to be a member of the site, but then you're going to have to, and it sends you an email to confirm it. And then you're going to have to come back and you can pick a plan that you want, like this $3.99 a month plan. And there's some other options on there as well. But then you can come in and you can come in here and see what all the researchers are doing and sharing, that it's not censored. And you get to say what you want, do what you want. It's not censored. And the reason why that is because this is the people's show and this is the people's website. And I've set it up and designed it this way, and I'm paying for this to be beyond the veil for you, so that you can go in there, and it's on the other side of a paywall, It's veiled. It's on the other side of the wall, so it's not an area that can be censored easily. Anyways, of course, they could blow up my whole website if they wanted to, I suppose, but I don't think they're going to do it because we're paying for this knowledge. We're paying for this. That's why there has to be a paywall, because if it's public, they're going to come after you and censor your website and do all kinds of things, as we know, like on YouTube and stuff. So there's reasons why I've got everything set up the way it is to give us the privacy and the ability to be able to talk. And it also rewards me and Shannon for our work that we're doing and trying to bring all this to you. So let me stop running my mouth and keep going here. Let's go down a little bit here, see what we can read. It says, let's read this. It says in the 1920s, a scientist named Walter Kilner experimented with a dark blue chemical dye called Dicyanin, in which he poured into a glass screen, and when he gazed through the screen, he found that he was able to see the aurora of a person standing in front of him. So he's looking across the veil, beyond the veil. He was able to see the person's aurora because the specific color of the dye blocked out a large portion of the white light spectrum and left only a small portion, which helped concentrate his perception of the aurora. However, for a very brief period of time back around 2010, the public could buy the Dicyanin version, but no more. Dicyanin is blue dye. It is not a drug. It is not physically dangerous. It is not poison. However, you cannot buy it. But I can guarantee it's based on nature, and all you got to do is figure out what that dye is based on in nature, or what it came from, and you can create it ourselves. It might take a little work, but there's one of you guys out there that's a super geek that's going to work on this. And I say that super geek work with much love and respect, because I ain't a super geek. I'm just I don't know what I am. Anyways, it says, however, you cannot buy it. The chemical company that makes the Dicyanin assigns a secret code to its customers. To see how high the Dicyanin is classified, we asked a government chemist if he could order some. His security code allowed him to buy all the LSD or heroin or cocaine he wanted, but when he requested to buy the Dicyanin dye, he was told that he was not cleared high enough to obtain it. The Dicyanin dye has special properties. If you make a window using 2 panes of glass with the Dicyanin dye between and look into it, you can see the astral. The astral? What do you think they're talking about there, Shannon? The astral? ASTRIRAL? Huh?
The ether.
Maybe. Well, all right. I'll get carried away, and I want to research the Latin root of all the words and everything. I get carried away. Okay, let's keep going for now. We'll figure it out together as a group on the website. The astral world directly. Now, if you are a psychic or meditation student, you can see the astral world too, but this dye allows anyone to see it. Now you see why it has a higher security rating than heroin. If people could buy, it skips down or something here. If people could buy this simple dye freely available in the 1940s, they could prove to themselves and anyone else the existence of another plane of reality. And yes, that's what we're talking about. There are multiple layers to how God, our Father, created things. It's all layered in here like this. And there are different veils. And what this glass is doing is it's allowing us to peer through at least one, maybe more than one. It might be a couple. I mean, we're not going to see all the way into the way everything is and what is all there. But there are things that exist beyond the veil. And Maybe this dye is real. Maybe the glass is real. But this is a supernatural subject that's perfect for this show, and it's something that I and Shannon and Scott and Dan and all y'all guys that are involved on the website researching, we can figure it out. We got the power. We got the brain power. We got the intelligence. We've got the motivation. We'll figure it out, and it's going to end up being shown on the website and for everybody there to see. All right, let's see. Private researchers used the cyan dye before the government locked it away in the 1940s. This gives an approximation of the time when the decisions being made to censor all available knowledge so that the new generations could be programmed into a belief system that was manufactured by the government and which had no relation to true reality. Um, this is actually uh, it's on that page, and I'll give y'all guys a link to that here in just a minute. Or actually, I'll post it in the group on the website, and I'll try to throw it in the comments on this video. Matter of fact, let's just do it real quick, so everybody has access to this page. Let's just throw it in the comments here real quick. Okay, there we go. It's in the comments now. Went out on all the platforms. Oh yeah, by the way, guys, we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Rumble, and on the website, the Supernatural.show website. We're streaming live on it right now too on the live page. So we're live well, not everywhere, but we're working on it. We're gonna get that's 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 5. I'm gonna get 3 more on there in the next couple of days, probably before the next show, and then we're gonna go on past that. But I've got capability to do 3 more here very soon. So we're really reaching out there. We're getting really good views on Rumble, starting to get decent views on Facebook, and of course YouTube's doing great. And Twitch this is the first time I've broadcast to Twitch, so I'm sure it'll go well too over time. But yeah, so we're out there. All right, so you got that page. What were you
Just
gonna say
real
now?
quick, Daniel, I'm just gonna pop off for 2 seconds. I have to get my wrist brace.
Okay.
So just give me a second, guys.
Yeah, no
Sorry.
problem. I'm just gonna be reading this for a moment. So just put your mic on mute and go. Oh, she pop off like that. Okay, that works too. She'll be back in a minute, guys. Let's see what we got here. Into the little. What's the deal with the cyan and Dr. Kilner? Dr. Walter Kilner was a distinguished British physician in the late 19th and early 20th centuries who became one of the first radiologists in practice. In 1911, he published The Human Atmosphere, a book about his experiences and observations using a certain coal tar dye to enhance the ability to see the human aurora. The book was reissued in 1921, shortly after his death, as The Human Aurora, and remains today one of the best collections of detailed, candid observations of aurora available in the West. Let's see here. Kind of glancing down, see if you want to zone there. But if you want to read more of that, you can. That links in the comments, and it's also obviously on the website as well, because, well, our fantastic member here, Addie Dublain, has posted it there for you. And also, they put a link in too to Victor's information, so you can go check out the studies that Victor did as well, guys. All right, let's go on down and let's see what. Oh, actually, we got to back up, or do we? Let's see. Got that one. Okay, here we go. See what else people are saying on here. Okay, Tracy says, astounding. This just shows us that we truly have been enslaved. Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, I forgot to thumbs up and give a little emoji. Red, white. Red White said, I noticed in the Russian guy's video the UFO actually flying away, so there was movement. Yeah, absolutely. In his video on his YouTube channel, let me see if I can remember which one did he have this in. This is the black ball. See, this guy posted 5 months ago. All of a sudden, he stopped posting. And then 1 month ago, he posted this one. But before 5 months ago, he goes back for a couple of years, not a ton of videos, but he goes back for a couple of years posting. See, that's always, this is the one that has the what most people call a flying saucer sitting in it. And let's open that and let's look at that scene real quick, because I did want to show y'all guys this. Probably had to watch an ad. Hang on here. Come on. Oops. Not that. Skip. There we go.
Пиздец, ребята. Смотрите.
Okay, let's jump down here. Okay, let me pause that. Let me make sure what the resolution's on. Yeah, it's on 1080. Okay, so let's back up a few seconds. Oh, not that far. And let's watch this, and you'll see that some people were saying, oh, it's just CGI, it's this, it never even moved. It actually does move. At the very end, when he goes pulling his camera down and start to take the glass off and stuff, watch. You see, it started to fly away there. And what I did also related to this, so you guys know, is I put it into my editor. My editor I use is called Lightworks. It's the same editor that your big Hollywood movies are made with. Your stuff like Superman and all those, you know, the ones where they have all crazy fantasy going on. Or is it fantasy? Or is it just supernatural? And it might be another tagline for us, Shannon.
Right.
But yeah, I went through the editor, Shannon, and I went frame by frame. And what I'm looking for is signs of anything that says this video has been edited. Okay. And yeah, you can see, like right here, it's obvious that there was a cut. And you can see that in the editor. We can see it with our eyes because it's an obvious cut. But has the image been altered in any way? And what I do is I can put it through different light spectrum. That's what I was trying to do with the at the end of the video we watched that I put together on this. Is I was just looking at different light spectrums, because you can see when someone adds something into a video, it changes the pixelation around it, and you can see where it's been CGI'd in or this kind of stuff. There was none of that in this, and I've seen it in plenty of stuff in the past when I'm doing editing videos. There was none in this, and it's like, okay, it's either fantastic, you know, the whole scene has been CGI, meaning this is all fake imagery, meaning him walking around and showing the glass, that's all created by a computer. It's either that or it's real. You see? Because I can see it in my editor. I mean, I've been editing videos with Lightworks, which is Hollywood quality editing software, for about 8 years. I'm pretty good with it now, as y'all guys can see from some of my videos. If I want to get really creative and everything with it, I can. So let's see. So I wanted to show that, and then come back here again, and let's see a few more comments and stuff. The one round under the bridge, this is remote viewer Scott, and he has a YouTube channel too, guys. It's remote viewer, it's all one word, remote viewer 57, and at least I think it's all one word. Should hopefully I didn't mess it up, Scott. It's either 3 words or 2 words and a number, or all 1 word, one or the other. But Remote Viewer 57, he does Bible reading studies and stuff like that. It's pretty awesome. Says the one under the bridge, yes, and then left to the right, rapid movement at the end. Oh, so Scott's saying there's another something there. I did look at it real close, and I guess you're not talking about the bird that was flying by at the very end that moved across like that. In my editor, I slowed it down, and that was a bird. The black orb, I don't know what that thing was, and there was no evidence there that was edited in any way or superimposed. Or so, in other words, it means that the whole scene was created by a computer or is real. One of the two. All right. Thank you, Scott, for posting that, buddy. I appreciate it. Give you a little heart there.
Scott's channel too is a lovely prayer, a prayer channel. So if anybody needs some group prayers or anything along those lines, he's usually up there about every day with the group, singing.
Daily at, I think it's 3 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Right.
Every day, I think he does it. And I need one of y'all guys to get a hold of him too on the website. Get a hold of Scott. It's Remote Viewer 57 on the website. If you've got an extra CPAP laying around your house, y'all guys remember a couple of years back, I asked for a CPAP, and a bunch of y'all guys offered me one, and which was awesome. I think Scott is looking for one. I can't speak for him, but I think he is, and he does not wish to go through all the hassle and expense that you have to do, normally to get one. So if somebody on the website could contact him and see if you can't hook him up with one that's new or relatively new, I'm sure he would greatly be appreciative because he needs one, I believe. I hope I didn't cross any lines, Scott, by mentioning this, but we did talk about it a little bit, and I could probably help you, and you knew I was going to maybe mention it. Hopefully. Anyways, don't be mad at me if I did something wrong. I'm just trying to help. Okay, so, yeah, thank you, Scott. And, yeah, y'all guys check out his stuff and get a hold of him on the website and help him out. That's what we're here to do. This is our site, our show. We're family. Okay, that's where I posted my video. Here, Scott commented again. He said, I see the square grid pattern in the glass when the video settings are set to the highest possible setting. At 720p, I see it, and it is much easier to see if you do not focus in one spot, but the whole screen at once. Without a focus pattern becomes clear. So he's saying don't focus dead at one spot trying to see a line or something. He's saying look at the whole thing at once, like with your peripheral vision, where you're just kind of like, you probably get it. I don't need to explain anymore. But yeah, exactly. Thank you again, Scott, for that. And yeah, I know what you're saying. And yeah, you're right. You can see it better that way. But you got to have a pretty good size screen. I'm not sure what size it will take, but what we want to know is that's a hint. That's evidence to tell us what kind of glass this is and how they put it together. And it apparently is layered, meaning that there may be more than one layer there. There may be many layers, because nowadays, they're making something with $1 billion budget. Those could be nano layers of hexagonal or conical, or not conical, hexagonal or cubical layered. Like, think about like graphene and all that stuff. It's paper thin, but super awesome, or thinner than paper, actually, a lot way thinner. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay, that was the video 4. This is Hidden Mountain, another member. She says, occurred to me Aliens, LOL, no such thing. Demonic breeds of fallen and line of Cain. Yeah, exactly. So remember when folks started finding these beautiful flint-like blue stones in Sierra? If these are the fallen returning angels, actually the glass might be from a level of the dome of the flat earth heavens, like the blue stone. You can buy the blue stones. Folks gather them now. Friend has three. Perhaps the glass is the way things appear from above, closer to God. Perhaps we are using that. Perhaps we are using NASA and all these space money to mine this stuff from under heaven. There ain't no telling. You can pretty much make up something as wild as you want to think about. It sounds like the craziest story you ever heard, and it's not even going to compare to what they're actually doing. So it's possible. And thank you very much, Hidden Mountain, for your comment there. And like I say, guys, there's about 15 or 20 of these different topics, these different groups, discussion groups. And like, if I'll show you a list here in a second.
I was going to say too, I know you wanted to go over what was new on the website at some point here too, so it could be a good interlude.
Yeah, we probably should do that. Let me just show the group list real quick, and then we'll do that, because that is one of the things that's new. Also, guys, another thing that's new is right here in the corner. It says member chat. This is chat where you can chat with me, because you can see I'm online. And it might sometimes say I'm online, but I might not be paying attention, might be doing something else. But if I'm online, you can try to chat with me. And a lot of times I'm there, and y'all guys know I talk to some of you quite often. But you've also got like remote viewers chat here, and anybody that's online, it's going to show up there. You're going to be able to see the conversation and what they're saying. The group list that I was talking about is right here. Let me just click on show more. I got that little bit of echo again, Shannon. I don't know if you can hear it.
I can't.
Okay. So here's the group list right here. All of these. You hit show more. Show more. So let me tell you some of the names of the groups that are on there now and the conversation going on surrounding it. Let me go back to the top here. It says this one's called Breaking the News. This one's called Ghost EMF Whisperer Discussion Group. This one's called Glass Houses and Stones. This one's called Signs in the Sun and Moon. This one's called The Climate Manipulation. I named the group and I can't remember the name of it. Climate Manipulation something. The Supernatural Show Live Discussion Group. UFO, aka Alien and Fake Alien Invasion Group discussion. The They Live Glass Discovery discussion. The Snakebite discussion. I wonder what snakebite's about. I wonder what kind of information you can find in there that might help somebody that needs help related to that subject. The AI and Emerging Technologies Group, the Beyond the Veil Club members group, which is an exclusive group for people that choose to be join the Beyond the Veil Club. That's on the website, a little separate area that I put videos in there, like when me and Shannon and Scott and Dan, or me and other people, or maybe it's a phone call, or maybe just whatever, things that normally don't get put out as a video. If you're really into what we're doing here, you join the Beyond the Veil, and you're going to have all this video access to all these other things that we're doing that never goes on YouTube and is publicized. There's the What's Happening on September 23rd, or What Happened on September 23rd group discussion. There's the Supernatural Show discussion, Strange Phenomenon discussion group. the Supernatural Bible Changes group, the Prayer and Assistance group. Matter of fact, I'm going to click on that one and take a look, see what's there. But I'm going to, well, I meant to read the whole list, but you heard there's a bunch of different discussion groups. And you can come here and you can post if you're requesting prayer from other people. If you believe that Father's children asking Father to help this other brother or sister out, they're in a special need, they're crying out to our Father saying, Father, can you please help this person? Can you alleviate the pain? Can you do this? Can you do that? Maybe they got financial problems. That's the problem. Whatever it is, you can come on here and you can post your prayer, and people will come on here and they'll read it. They'll remember you in their prayers, maybe even do special prayers. And you can also, if you go in your, I'll show you here real quick, related to that group or really related to anything, because this is the people's website, you can go in your profile and you can come down here. You see the edit button right here. You can hit edit and it'll allow you to edit all this in here. But what's cool is that, let me give you a list of some of the things that you can put in here that you can share with everybody else that's a member of the group and the website. Not the group, but the whole website. Other people can see this stuff if you choose to make it visible. For instance, my fundraiser, meaning if you've got a fundraiser going on, you can post it in there. And everybody who checks out your profile because you're posting a lot of cool, interesting things, or maybe you posted a prayer request or assistance request, you got your My Fundraiser in there. Why is that in there? Because this is the people's website. You can put in your PayPal.me link so that people, if they liking some of the work you're doing on the website, they can send you a tip. There's nothing wrong with a brother giving a sister or a sister giving a brother or a brother a piece of bread because he's coming down from the mountaintop. He's been up there watching out, looking for things and trying to educate and protect the people and mind after the flock. Don't you think the shepherd needs a little bread too? You can put in your Cash App, your Venmo, my Rumble, BitChute link, your WhatsApp, your Telegram. You can put in your own private chat room link. You can put in any link. You can put in your YouTube channel. You can put in your Facebook channel. You can put in your Venmo channel. You can put in your, what is that one called? Instagram channel. You can put in your Twitter. You can put in your Pinterest. You can put in your LinkedIn. You can put in your SoundCloud. You can put in anything you want because this is y'all guys' website. I'm building it for y'all. I know a lot of y'all guys get it, but I have to kind of repeat it sometimes because there's always new people that are joining the website. And then you also have all these other areas where you can keep things that are related to you if you want to. You can also track all your points and everything that you get as well through this. And you can see all your badges that you've been given by me. Like I'm the TSS show host, TSS meaning the Supernatural Show. And I'm a TSS investigator. If I see you doing a lot of investigative work and posting a lot of good things, I'm going to give you that. And with that, there's going to come a bunch of points, which is hearts, which is the ability to buy things and get access to things on the website for free. Speaking of that, I should show you where'd it go? Oh, right there. I've been moving things around quite a bit, trying to get it fine-tuned.
I need a TSS investigator badge.
Huh?
I said I need a TSS investigator badge.
You don't have one of them yet?
I don't know.
I can fix that. I can fix that right now.
That's all right. I still gotta fix my conundrum of my two.
I'll pull it up. I can pull it up right on my phone. Y'all guys we're gonna also have an app very soon here Right now, you can use what's called Spaces by Wix, and it's the thing that works a little better than the website itself on your phone. Normally, if you go to the website, it'll offer it to you. It'll pop up and offer you want to use Spaces? Well, we're going to have our own specific, uh, unique app here very, very, very soon. It's going to be put on the open market, meaning the Play Store and the Apple, whatever thing is that they've got. We're gonna have we're gonna have it on there. I'll add that for you, Shannon, here as soon as we get done. I've got it on the page. So I don't forget.
We got work to do on
Yeah.
everything, anyways. I was just joking around. Like, hey.
Well, you deserve it. Hey, I got one. You deserve it too. You have to keep me in line sometimes.
Yeah.
So if you come here, the Supernatural Hearts program, okay, you can come here and you'll see, and this will change and massage over time because I'm trying to improve it and make it rewarding, in lots of different ways. And I've added a lot of different ways where you can redeem your hearts. Like for instance, you can get 100% off 1 year of Beyond the Veil Club membership for 600 hearts. There's quite a few of you that already have 600 hearts, but you haven't redeemed it to get your free 1 year membership to Beyond the Veil on the website. I think you might want to use some of those hearts. Some of you are building up from all that work you're doing on the website. I've got 50% off of symbolism classes. With symbolism classes that I'm going to be doing with 2 hours of time with a small group. And then I've got 100% off 1 month Beyond the Veil Club membership for just 100 hearts. So you can get a whole month of Beyond the Veil for 100 hearts. And I told you earlier what goes on Beyond the Veil. I record a lot of the other things I'm doing, like when me and Shannon are meeting and doing research when we're not live, which happens a lot. And me and Dan and Scott and other people. And I'm sure there'll be a lot more. And I record those kind of things and they go Beyond the Veil. And you can go here and use your points and get periods of it for free. There's also another one. That one was 100% off of Beyond the Veil for a month. This was 50% off of 1 year Beyond the Veil Club membership for 350 hearts, or 50% off of 1 year monthly Beyond the Veil Club membership for 500 hearts. There's lots of different things that you get rewarded for. These are all the things you get rewarded for on the website for doing.
I just want to shout out real quick to Clevelandosaurus. Thanks for the donation. That was
Holy
awesome.
smokes. How did that happen?
I don't know, but thank you.
Just
wanted to
how in the
shout
world? That is amazing. Thank you so much. Wow. That is so awesome. Thank you very much, Clevelandosaurus. Yeah, wow. Holy moly. That is, I'm about to fall down. Whew. Yep. Thank you very much for recognizing that we've been working very hard. Literally nonstop from the moment I wake up in the morning. I wake up thinking about what I'm doing to try to get this site done for everybody so that we can share as much information and come together as a family, brothers and sisters, and work together and just make this awesome. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, behind the scenes is nonstop, guys, and thank you for your love and appreciation and everything you do to help support this channel, which is for you guys. So thank you again.
Yeah, wow. Let's see if there's anything else, because I've been making so many changes and I don't want to take up too much more of y'all guys' time. Improvements to the website. And again, I apologize. I've messed the site up a couple times to get y'all out. And I'm sure that's happened to you, but please give me a chance. You got a one-man show back here operating this, but I'm hoping that a couple of y'all guys are going to step forward and offer maybe to help me out, a couple hours a week or something other on the website. And you can get a hold of me through the website. There's tons of ways. Oh, I wanted to show, I added a new Where's that? Right here. We've got a very interesting vendor that I applied, or a manufacturer actually. I applied with the manufacturer, the company, to be approved as an affiliate for their products. And let me show you what the products are. It's pretty interesting. Their products are electro EMF, okay? EMF field, like stuff that comes off the towers, off the cell phones, is protective equipment and protective clothing, um, for that kind of stuff. As you can see, there's all kinds of different products. This is a lined jacket hoodie, where the hoodie comes up over your head and it protects you from the fifth letter after, what is it, the G, it protects you from that kind of stuff. And yeah, it's a little bit spendy, but you're talking about, you're talking a $250 jacket there. But
They've got
I want one.
Yeah, they've got supplements, they've got clothing, they have things for your equipment, they have glasses for the blue blocking and all of that. And they are pretty awesome. I know I definitely want to get some too. So you might see, me and Daniel in some EMF
Yeah,
protective
like
gear
this is
soon.
some headphones, EMF radiation free air tube over ear headphones, which is pretty awesome. You got some little earbuds that are EMF free. You got things that if you got a laptop and you set your laptop on your lap, sometimes you're getting exposure right to your genital area from that radiation coming out of the wireless card that's in your laptop. You want to separate that, you can put this thing in your lap and it separates it. And then it also operates as a carrying case for it. So when you put it in there, it ain't going to emit nothing. And it's also protected from any kind of EMP pulse or that kind of stuff. So that's pretty awesome. And this stuff is right on the website. You can come here. They got blankets. They've even got EMF radiation protection pet jackets for pets,
Oh, I
And
love that they thought of the animals.
no, we ain't going to get rich from this, guys, but it is something that I know y'all guys would like to have, because I would like to have it. And I finally got approved with these guys. And so I put them up on the website. Like, here's EMF radiation protection gloves. How about this one? This one is a pregnancy EMF radiation protection belly band, baby belly band for $69 to protect your tummy
That's
while
worth
you're
it.
pregnant.
Your
That's
baby.
pretty awesome. So yeah, here's some EMF radiation protection sleep masks, because I use a sleep mask when I sleep. And yeah, imagine that, the frequency that's coming off the towers and off your cell phone in the room, or you're covering your eyes while you're
Or
sleeping.
even your smart meter in your home.
Yeah, you've got blankets and all kind of things here that you can use, and they may even have one specifically for that. Here's a baseball cap. Here's a winter beanie. Another set of that's kids headphones. Let's see what's on the next page. I actually haven't went through every one of their products. I've seen a lot of it and knew I wanted to promote it, but there's one for an iPhone, some other kinds of phones. There's a carrier so that you can put it inside of it, and it's also EMP protected, that kind of stuff. Here's a cell phone EMF radiation protection hoster. Yeah, click one more page here, and then there's tons of pages, but we'll just click one more. They've got all kinds of products, which you can chase these kinds of products down, but they're hit and miss. Like on Amazon, there's a few things here, a few things there. This place is manufacturing a whole lot of it. There's your blue light blocking glasses. If you don't know, if you ain't never put on a pair of blue blocking glasses, what it's doing is it's blocking out the blue light spectrum and allows you to be able to see It's pretty interesting, really crisp and clear, and it takes away the glare like coming off the water and off the lights at nighttime. And you can get these. I assume they have them on here in a clear type lens, so you can wear them at nighttime too if you want to. They've got books and all kind of stuff. So it's right here on the website, guys. So you can check that out, and you can browse right here on my website and look at all the stuff, or you can hit the link here. It says visit Defender Shield, and you can go straight there, and we still get credit for anything you do, and we get a few nickels tossed in our bucket. And I can tell you that me and Shannon need nickels. You know, we like crumbs of bread too. What else should I cover, Shannon? I get carried away on stuff, and I don't know what I've covered or I haven't covered.
Well, I mean, we've covered quite a bit right now. I mean, aside from the fact that, of course, it is $3.99 now to get into the website. So for all of you who have been our founding members, we thank you. And really, that's about all I can think of right now. We're at an hour and 32 plus minutes here in time, and
Well, that's it.
didn't
Then
know
we
if
got
there was anything else that you had story wise or anything, but I think that's good for today.
last thing I'll show, and then yeah, we're gonna get out of here, guys. We don't want to hold you up any longer. Um, be aware that if we're live now, we're now also broadcasting on the website live. So you can go on the website itself. Even if you're not a member, you can still go on the website itself and watch the show live on the website. And so it's on under the page called live. And yeah, you just come right here and click watch now, and you can watch the show live as we're streaming here. It's on there now. I'm just not going to put watch it because then we get a bunch of echo and everything. So I'm not going to do that, but it's right there for you. So you can check it out. And then you've also got previous shows that are listed right below it. So you got all that under here. And I got to shorten that gap. I don't know how that big gap got there. I'll have to talk to the webmaster. Oh, wait, that's me.
And hey, guys, if you have any, again, footage of anything that you have recorded yourself, pictures of anything going on outside,
We want your photos. We want you to
trying
post them on the website.
right? We'd love to get you guys outside as much as possible anyways, because it's good for you. But other than that, we'd love to see what you capture up in the skies, as I know I like to keep my eye on the sky just in case, I'm sure you all do too, but we'd love to see your investigative material. So feel free to post.
Yeah, as you can see, we're starting to focus some of the show on the website itself and on what y'all guys are doing and everything. And because we want to show off some of the research, we can't always cover all of it. I mean, we only covered just a fraction just now. It's all there waiting on you to go check out, and you're going to be able to talk with everybody else that's on there. You can even speak live. Like I said, you just click on the members chat button down here, and you can talk to me. You can talk to Shannon if she's on there. You can talk to anyone that's a member on there, and y'all guys can chat backwards and forth live and share links and all kinds of cool stuff. And it's just getting started, because we're going to make it even better. And I want y'all guys to figure out that this is for real. This is your website. And I greatly appreciate y'all guys. I love you so much. I appreciate all your support. I appreciate your support over the years. And we're working hard to try to make this really a great thing for all of us. Not just us, even though we show some products and this and that and the other, but we're just trying to bring y'all guys things that you would already want, and figure out a way that maybe we can get a few nickels in our bucket, because we're trying to survive too. It's not easy. I'm still homeless living in a hotel room, so, but, thanks to y'all guys, I've been able to survive and make it okay, and be able to focus on working and building this website and building this show. and Shannon's there too. And we're going to start. I think some of her links to like her PayPal and things like that are in her profile on the website. So if you like drop her a cup of coffee or something, you can do that too. And we're going to start putting her links underneath the video in the description of the videos as well. Because Shannon's been working really hard and she's taking this time out. And does not my sister need bread? Does she not to deserve to eat food? I think she does. And so do y'all guys. And that's why the website's there for you so that you can go there and get the real bread, which is knowledge. Because that's what makes you wealthy in this life is knowledge. So with that being said, guys, we're going to go ahead and get on out of here.
Yeah, catch us next time to find out what in the supernatural is going on.
That's right.
And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.
Indeed. Thank you, guys. We'll see you. Will you pull that comment down that was left up there? And then
Sure.
I'll get us on out of here. Thank you. All right, guys. We'll see you next time here on the Supernatural Show. Now, get over to the website and find out what in the supernatural is going on.